Welcome back to Girl Talk. We have been filming here in the fantastic, most beautiful showroom here at Bella Domicile. We absolutely love coming here. And I don't know about you at home, but I certainly have lots of questions when I think about my home and I think about design. So we're going to take some of the mystery out for you today and pick Kate's brain, who's a designer here at Bella Domicile, about the most frequently asked questions. So I'm very excited for this, Kate. Thanks for having us.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so I feel like we're on a countdown and we need a drum roll. However, first question is, what is the difference between an interior decorator and a kitchen designer? Great question that I'm sure comes up a lot.
We do. We get asked this one a lot. So the big difference between a designer and a decorator. So a decorator often deals a lot with material selection and solely focuses on that quite a bit, whereas a designer, we often have to have a certain level of education as well as licensing. There's several different license programs that we can do, as well as just work experience.
Okay. Wow. So there's a big difference in terms of training, it sounds like, but also scope of work. You're dealing with potentially some bigger design moves versus, like you said, just materials and cosmetic. Good word,
Yeah, and we deal a lot with floor plans. So in floor plans, when you're space planning, you have different ADA accessibility codes often, different building codes. So that's
the
something.
Rules.
Yeah, exactly. So getting down to the nitty gritty.
Sure. So question number 2, this kind of has to build off question number 1. Why do you need a kitchen designer?
Great question too. So a kitchen designer or designer in general, we're able to help you out through the entire process. So it's not often someone comes in and has done a remodel before or has built a home before. And so we want to make it as stress-free as possible. So that's where our different levels of expertise and training come into play, and we can really help you throughout the entire process.
Well, when you get down to it, in our course of learning here, you realize how many choices there are, how much there is to take into consideration, and it's almost like the more you dive in, the more you realize that there's a lot to choose from, which is really exciting.
Right.
But it's also a little bit daunting if this is your first time. So having somebody walk you through that process is just so key in making it fun.
Those are all really good points. You have all the contacts, you know all the right people.
Right.
And I liked your point of how often do you remodel your kitchen?
Right.
So it's our first time, and it's old hat for you guys. Only makes sense to go to an expert. So question number 3.
Yes.
A lot of the hardware stores out there offer free design assistance. So why should we not choose them, choose you? What do you think about that?
So great question too. And it depends on which big box store or whatnot. But we offer our services to come to your home. And so what that means is we actually take measurements for you. You don't have to come in here with measurements. It's always helpful if you can at the initial meeting, but we'll actually go out there and do that for you. And we also, while we're at your home, the biggest thing is looking how it functions for you. So does your workstation currently work well for you, or is that something that we need to change up so we can revise it so it does work even better? So we actually pay attention to all the specific details that are currently in your home and how we can change that to work even better for you.
I just think, to my experiences going to a hardware store, and not that it's not always lovely, but I have never gone once, I don't think. I always wind up going back, and I kind of think of that as possibly being, similar in this scenario where you're taking a measurement, you know what you're looking for, you know what you need, and so that eliminates some of the double work, probably partially too.
Yeah, and you'll get a designer, a lead designer specific to your project. So if you ever have any questions, you can contact us at any time, email, phone. We're always available to answer any questions you may have.
Very good. Okay, so we talked a little bit about why you would need a designer. What about when? When is a good time to jump in?
So there's never a bad time to have a designer. It's always best to have us start from the beginning if possible. Every design decision is usually related and interconnected, so it's always best if we can start from the beginning.
Very good.
Have you ever had any situations where somebody has called you and they're like, I just ripped my cabinets off the wall, can you come in and help?
I went to the hardware store
and
thought I could do
helps.
it myself.
Yeah, and we're able to help in that situation as well. So if you're more of a DIY, do-it-yourselfer, we can step in at any phase.
Or people like me, I try to be DIY and then I get about halfway through and I'm like, yep, I can't handle this.
Or your husband. My husband tried to do it, now I need help.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, and we can definitely step in and help. And
absolutely.
Anytime.
I love it.
So for their first meeting with you, what should they have ready? I know you had mentioned measurements are nice, don't need to have them though.
Right.
What other things should they have?
So the biggest thing, we like to have our initial meetings here in the showroom, and we just be prepared to answer a lot of questions. If you have inspiration photos, if you've been to a friend's house and you love their design of their kitchen, it's always great to have some kind of inspiration with you, whether it be a color scheme. We've had clients bring in a specific tile that they want to kind of blend in.
Sure.
So the biggest thing is just be prepared to answer questions, because it's really just about us getting to know you and your space.
And I think what's neat about that too is you may come in with a certain idea or photo, and then
Right.
you get here and get inspired by other ideas
Yeah.
that you didn't know existed. And that's
Exactly.
part
And a
the
lot of
fun.
clients, they don't know what their style is, they're not sure if they have a style, and we're able to, through questions, kind of get that out of them.
Perfect.
So if someone is even just thinking, they're not even sure if they are going to do a remodel,
Yep.
they could call you and
Definitely, anytime. It's always great to see our showroom and kind of get a sense of our different storage solutions, and it helps you think about your kitchen and what you really want to change.
Oh my gosh, so fun. I enjoyed this very much. Thanks,
Yeah.
Kate. That was great.
It makes me want to get on my Pinterest page and just pin away.
Yes.
Oh my
Get the
gosh,
home
and then bring your
design.
And then
pins
bring
in.
it
Right? Be like, can you just make this happen?
What we've learned here is you don't need to do it yourself.
Right.
now. But that was wonderful. Well, all of your do-it-yourself or FAQs answered, and I think the moral of the story is come on in at whatever phase you're in, and
Exactly.
let Kate and the experts here at Bella Domicile walk you through, answer all your questions, and get you inspired. It's pretty exciting.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Thanks so
thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much to Bella, of course, for having us as usual. We love being here. Thanks to all of our guests, and thank you for watching. Join us next time on Girl Talk.